Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Tits Arcade here with a brand new video for you guys today. Today, I'm going to do a ranking of the top 5 worst games of 2021. Originally, I wasn't going to do a worst games list. I was going to do the whole, top 5 best games 2021, and then like maybe a top 5 most anticipated games 2022. But in Discord, someone asked me if I should to do a worst game. So here we are, doing the worst games. Follow me on Discord. We chat there a lot. We don't really talk about video games all that often. We just kind of like just be delinquents, as well as follow me on Twitch. Links have description on below, on screen right now. As always, I have these disclaimers because people can't really get into their stupid skull. Ignorance is bliss, as they always say. But this is an opinion video. Every video like this is an opinion video. What that means is you might like one of the 5 games on this list. You might like all 5 of the games on this list. That's okay. That's your opinion. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. This video is my list. Isn't written by some other person. This isn't made by another person. This isn't my list of games that I played in 2021 that I didn't think was very good. So with all of that said, let's get to the top 5. Number 5 on the list is Biomutant. This game, it was a free play days, and I was like, all right, let's try it out. I've heard some people say that they like it. I don't know a thing about it. I didn't really, going into it, I didn't expect a lot. Going into it, I didn't think it would be a good game because I don't really care about a game about fairies. But I wanted to give it a fair shot. And I gave it a fair shot after watching Angry Joe's review of it. So I went in, expecting, some things to not be great. I played the game. The combat was, man, it was very, very basic. It wasn't anything special. The puzzles are like childish. Like when I say childish, I mean it's like it's so easy. You would have to be half asleep, retarded, and I'm trying to think like other ways to describe like how easy this puzzle is. The puzzles in this game are super easy. They're just very easy. And if that offend you that I used the R word, who cares? It's an easy puzzle. And the game itself, the gameplay is just very, man, the story sucks. There's nothing really redeeming about the game itself. I literally played it for those couple days for the free play days, then I uninstalled it because it's just a bad game. But yet it's not the worst game on this list. Outriders, it kind of sucks that it made this list because Outriders had a lot of promise when it comes to the aesthetics of the game and when it comes to the idea of the game. But much like a lot of the Destiny copycat games, it failed. These Destiny copycat games tend to fail, and Outriders, much like Anthem, failed. I guess you can say Warframe is like the only Destiny-like video game that succeeds, but I feel like Warframe is a class of its own and a mind of its own when it comes to what it is it tries to do, even though it is indeed very comparable to something like Destiny. But Outriders, it's a game that visually is nice. The story kind of sucks. The character creator sucks. The combat is really good. The combat is very good. The weapons is very good. The transmog is very good and free, unlike Destiny's transmog. The choices in the game, it gives you the illusion of a choice matters, but really your choice doesn't mean shit. It's all fake, fictional. Choice matters. There's not a lot about the game as a whole that's good. But there's moments of the game when you're playing it where you feel like, all right, this could be an actual good game. If people could Flowers actually a good development team, because they're not. We know they're not. They made Gears of War Judgment, and that's the worst Gears of War game of all fucking time. We shouldn't expect a good game from a development studio who can't make good video games. And Outriders is a continuation of that. The game sucks. They tried to do things, and it had a very, very bad launch, like a atrocious launch. But it's just a bad game. Number 3 on the list is Phantasy Star New Genesis. Now, I was new to Phantasy Star 2, and I noticed like a lot of people who liked it and like who enjoyed it. So I played a little bit of Phantasy Star 2, and then New Genesis came out, and I wanted to dive into it, and it just fucking sucks. Like it's just I've been getting into a lot of MMOs a lot this year. I've been all over the place playing a ton of MMOs this year, and this is the worst MMO that I've played this year. It is just garbage. It's just a terrible fucking game. I don't even know who developed it, but like listen here, those of New Genesis. You made a shitty game. Like PSO2, solid. New Genesis is just straight garbage. It's a time wasting pile of garbage. It's terrible. It's the worst MMO I've played this year. Why does it exist? Did you like? Did the Kakao make this game? I don't think Kyle published this game, but it kind of feels like it did with how shitty it is. It's just a bad game. The visuals are better than PSO2, barely. It's not like a massive graphical overhaul. That's kind of like one of the big builds of it was this new graphical overhaul of Fantasy Star 2. The combat is okay. The character creator is meh. You know, it's not really anything worth talking about. Is the story is MMO, most MMOs have shit stories, and this game's no different. The time gating is like one of the biggest like negatives about the game. It's just an outright bad game. Like there's not anything about it that I could say positive other than it has okay visuals, which is what I guess their big thought process was when it came to the game anyways. Number 2 on the list is Dark Alliance. Oh boy. I was really looking forward to this game, and I think a lot of people were because it carries that Dark Alliance name. If you're into Baldur's Gates and games of that magnitude and that follows that kind of line, and you played the original Dark Alliance games, you'll be like, yo, I can't wait to play this game. It's gonna be fucking amazing. It's gonna be good. It's not. It's dog shit. Like it's not. Matter of fact, dog shit's better than this game. This game is just outright terrible. If the game that's the number 1 on this list didn't exist, this game would be the worst game of 2021 because it's just a terrible fucking game. It's shit. Don't play it. Don't buy it. Don't waste your time with it. If you got Game Pass, don't even install it. It's terrible. There's nothing about it redeeming. There's nothing about it that's good. There's nothing about it that's worth mentioning as being good. The visuals suck. The gameplay sucks. The combat sucks. The story sucks. Everything about it sucks. Look, it's really just that simple. Everything about it just freaking sucks. It's one of the worst games I've played ever. Not just in this year, but ever. Last on the list, number 1, the worst game of 2021, Madden 22. Why do we do this to ourselves, sport fans? Like I've kind of like left the sport genre, and I feel like it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I've mostly left the sport genre. But y'all need to freaking wake up. Y'all need to wake up when it comes to sport games because almost all of them are dog shit, but none takes the credit like Madden 22. Madden 22 is just an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to gamers, it's an embarrassment to developers, it's an embarrassment to sports, it's an embarrassment to anything and everything involving the game itself. We all knew Madden was a game that kind of just repurposes itself as a $60 roster update. Madden 22 is literally just the biggest example of they just copy paste this fucking game. These games aren't new games. These games are just the same game. And I had a glitch in the game during the campaign, when I campaigned with the franchise mode, where it literally showed the previous games like models instead of the new games models, and it's like that's not from Madden 22. That's from Madden 21. Why am I looking at Madden 21's freaking gameplay for this in 2022? And then I had the issue that you likely seen right now or beforehand, where I played a game of Madden and like the world is like breaking, like it's collapsing. It was a Thanos snap. I don't know what's going on, but this actual gameplay, the game just like going crazy and breaking, and it's just so weird. There's bugs in the game like where you can see the Dallas Cowboys are going up against the Dallas Cowboys, or the Denver Bengals are playing against freaking the Detroit Niners. And like it's just, the game is just was a broken mess at launch to begin with, and it's just another example of they don't care about putting out a good product. They don't care about putting out a good game. All they care about is Ultimate Team. All they care about is your money. Madden 2022 is a $70 game on PS5 and Xbox Series X, and it released as a piece of shit. And not only that, it remained a piece of shit. It's a garbage game. It's one of the worst games, period. Like, it's just terrible. Like, this Madden 22 was the epitome of, like, this is EA Sports. Like, it shows you everything you need to know about EA Sports of the last 10 years. 10 years plus. And other sport games are also shit, but Madden is so bad to where you ignore that 2K 2022 is a bad game. You ignore that it's a money hungry, piece of shit. You ignore FIFA 22 is still bad. You ignore, that MLB The Show is a solid game, but there's also some flaws there too. You ignore how bad other games are because this game, you know, is so bad that you turn a blind eye to that shit. You turn a blind eye to NBA, you turn a blind eye to UFC, you turn a blind eye to freaking, you know, FIFA. It's like you turn a blind eye to the PGA game, and you're just sitting there like, yo, Madden is just terrible. Like, used to be a good sport franchise. What happened to you? Like, who did this to you? You know, this game has not evolved at all, and it's constantly freaking like saying it has new content when really it's just content that the game had beforehand that they stripped from the game, you know, 5-10 years ago. Then they added it back in a very lesser state. It's just terrible. But that's my top 5 list. You know, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people who are highly upset. Now, I was going to have some other games on here too. I was going to have like Stardew on here, but you know, Stardew barely, you know, didn't make the list, and that's an honorable mention. Stardew Valley was probably be like number 6 if it was like more than 5. You know, it was a battle between that and Biomutant, and again, for sure people are gonna be upset. And Stardew was so good. Look, shut the fuck up, suck me off. Look, this video was just for fun. You know, if you take it too serious, that's on you. I was asked to do it by someone on Discord, and so I did. It was a just for fun video. You know, it's kind of lighthearted. Yeah, I used some profanity, but that's just for fun. You know, it's just a for fun video. And yeah, the 5 games I chose for this are the 5 games that I do think are the worst games of the year. But I'll also say this: it was very hard to choose like worst games because most of the games that I played this year were pretty good. You know, most of the games I played in 2021 were good games, excluding, you know, these 5 games and, you know, Stardew Valley, of course. That game sucks. Yeah, you know, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys the next one. Be safe. You can't one of them. Your boy says Archangel. Follow me on Twitch. You know the routine. The link to that me and Twitch box below. On your screen right now. Bye.